part of that issue that is being discussed is the overall condition of the county and what's going on with those folks. They have to deal with insurance just like they do in Cicero. They have to deal with unions just like they do in Cicero. And right now, it looks like a horror story on TV if you turn the news on as to what's going on at the county. People are falling right and left. They don't know who's going to remain on the payroll, yes or no. They're running around. They just don't know. It's not because they're not good people, but it's just a frustrating situation. But I guess I feel better if I knew where it was mandated, where it is written that says this board or a person on this board is the deciding factor on waiting on the county. I think waiting on the county, we better hold our breath for a long time. I've got breathing problems as it is, and I know I can't hold my breath that long. So I don't know what's the story on having the board make a decision without the county input. I mean, is it mandated that they have to have the county?
How is it possible for us to merge with the sheriff and we don't even have an idea of any kind of contact?
Well, that's
services.
Again, that goes back to my understanding is that we did in fact have figures to some point. And,
true, except that they have to come from the county executive.
All right, that's laid out and that's spelled out somewhere.
Yes.
That means something. All right. Well, November's a long way off, and I think quite a ways after that we're still going to be talking about this.
I hope so.
All right, thanks everybody.
My name is David Appleton. You're considering allowing the county to take over your police function and other functions possibly in the future. I'd like to take a few minutes to tell you about my experience with a joint county-city agency that I hope you find informative. The zoning administration has been consolidated between the city and the county since the 1960s. When Ms. Mahoney took office, January 2008, I contacted her administration because I'd been told by the city and others that county employees staffed the zoning administration. Ms. Mahoney's the top staff told me repeatedly, no, they had no employees on the zoning administration. I kept going back and forth between the city and the county, couldn't get anybody to take responsibility for this agency. Had many phone calls with Mr. Mahoney's top aides, Gene Smiley and Gordon Coffey. They told me over and over again they had no employees with zoning administration. Mr. Coffey put it in writing several times. I gave him several names. I said, do these people work for the county that are staff of the zoning administration? He put it in writing, no, these people do not work for the county. I did not accept that. I went back again. I said, I've received conflicting information, are you sure? And he said, he put in writing a letter that said, we have some employees in the same physical office space as zoning administration personnel, but it's not a county agency. I still did not accept this. Finally, after a year, Mr. Coffey, county attorney, wrote to me and said, correcting his previous letters, he said that Heather Lamondola and another person I had asked him about were in fact county employees. After denying it for a year, said they still claim they just work in the same physical office as zoning administration personnel. Heather Lamondola is the zoning administrator. She's the head of the place. The county, when finally admitting that she works for them, claimed that she was a planner 3. I've got it all in Mr. Cuffey's letters. Either they're incompetent and they don't know who is on the county payroll. A year after Ms. Mahoney was sworn in, was being deliberately evasive. I think you should take this into account if you're going to do any deals with the county, and double and triple check any information you get. If you'd like to see this, I'd be happy to give you copies. Ms. Mahoney in June, the public meeting, I asked her about this, and once again she gave me the line that because they worked in the city hall and offices, same offices, only administration personnel, that was the confusion. If they can't look up a name on their payroll and say, yes, this person works for us, then they've got serious problems. And I'd like you to be aware of that, and perhaps I can leave you copies of this before I leave. Thank you for your time.
I will make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Second.
Thank you all.